Now, what in the carnival is going on now? Ladies and gentlemen, we have a fight, a brawl, a scrap that recently took place on a carnival ship. Now, as of late, as most of you know that have been consistently watching my videos, I have been talking about Carnival as they have been kind of putting in the limelight all of the issues that are taking place on the ships. Christine Duffy, the president of Carnival, has talked about the fights and disorderly conduct, and now we have a situation. But I do want to make it clear, when it comes to this video, this is not Carnival's fault by any means. More so, idiotic passengers, which many of you have debated and argued, which I do understand, that is the focus that needs to be put into the limelight when it comes to Carnival, not so much their policy. However, I do believe it is a little mixture, a concoction of both. Now, let's go into the details of the situation that took place recently on board the Carnival Liberty, because this is a conversation and debate that I do believe needs to be had when it comes to fights on board cruise ships in general. By the way, quick shameless plug here before we get into today's very interesting topic. Tomorrow I will be flying over to LA to check out the brand new Super Mario World theme park. And well, I'm going to be going over all the prices and details. I'll be at that theme park for 2 days straight. It'll be on my other channel, Jay the Nomad. Maybe some of you fine folk out there might find it interesting. And then at the start of next month, I'll be flying over to Argentina to go on an expedition cruise over to Antarctica. The live videos for which will also be on my other channel, Jay the Nomad. So make sure you guys go subscribe to that one if you haven't already, and make sure you tune in because I promise I'll give you guys as many details and interesting content over there as possible. So over the weekend, as you can see in this picture, there was an issue that allegedly took place on board the Carnival Liberty. Now, all I have here, and this is why I say allegedly, is the picture and the email as well. But according to the passenger, he is stating that there was a brawl that took place over in the casino on board the Carnival Liberty. According to the anonymous person that was on board, he stated that there was a man that was clearly intoxicated, had too many drinks, trying to maybe max out the drink package, when, according to him, there was this man that tried to, I guess, fondle or touch a woman in her upper private area. And she had a husband that was there and saw the incident took place. So that man naturally became aggressive and he fought that drunk man. And just like that, the man ended up on the ground. As you see with the security, he ended up getting detained. And according to witnesses who were also interviewed, according to the anonymous passenger, he was detained in a wheelchair and then put down below in the cell inside of the infamous brig. And from there, he may potentially be facing charges if all of this is actually true. Now, I'm not going to go over all of the details because I have very little context of what's going on. However, looking at the picture and let's say the scenario as a whole, I do believe it brings up a very interesting conversation and, as I said, debate, because there have been fights on ships, we all know, and most of the time, let's be real here and fair, we usually hear something about Carnival, unfortunately. But the reality is, people do fight, and it's happened on Royal Caribbean ships, it's happened on NCL ships. I used to work for NCL, I saw it myself. We've seen videos as such taking place on Royal Caribbean ships as well, and other cruise lines out there. So I'm just stating this in a general sense. When it comes to this situation, you do have to ask the question, when is it okay to fight on a cruise ship? Naturally, we would say never. However, I have joked around and told you guys that the exception for me was if some random person came and slapped my mommy, I'd have a fit. I would be in a fit of rage. I'd want to fight. Right? But what I would be a whole nother thing. I'd try to collect myself and be as emotionless, I guess, as possible, if that makes sense. But you do have to understand that there are going to be some people out there that are just going to lose all control and just go ballistic on that said person that insulted you or disrespect somebody you love or you yourself. Now, just looking at the situation in particular with the man and the wife, I do ask all of you, let me know in the comment section, if you and your wife were on a cruise, or your girlfriend or your significant other, whoever that may be, was assaulted, well, let's say in a very, I can't say the word here, but in a very disrespectful manner, what would you do in that scenario? Would you fight them right then and there, or would you calmly and collect yourself, go to security, and tell them the altercation that took place, because they do have the camera footage and saw it all take place? Because according to this, the fight did happen, more so the aggressor being the husband. However, according to the anonymous passenger, he is saying that the man that was drunk and touched the woman was the only one that ended up getting arrested. Do you think that's okay? Now, to be clear here, I am not condoning violence in any kind of way. I'm just just talking about the topic at hand. Let's say in theory, because there is real world situation versus a hypothetical scenario, something that isn't real. In this particular case, let's say the situation actually did happen on the Carnival Liberty, or let's say in my case, somebody did, in theory, bam, just slap my mom or inappropriately touch my girlfriend. I would do my best to show some type of emotional restraint to try to be calm, cool, and collected. However, like I said, there's a difference between real world versus, let's say, some fantasy land scenario. I would probably fight, I'll be honest with you. If I see somebody is blatantly drunk and all over the place, I mean, at that point, one push would probably just knock them over. Or I would try to look around and see what's going on with the overall environment. Is security nearby? Is there a group of people that actually saw it, like witnesses and saw what actually happened? I would probably at least yoke the man up, make sure we just kind of disengage this whole scenario, right? Eliminate the threat, right? Maybe push him out of the way or whatever the case may be. I would probably, at the last resort, hit the man or whatever situation is taking place. But let's be real here. I think everybody would, given the circumstances. But the reality is, things do happen. So I do believe, like I said, this does ask the big question. Would you immediately attack should somebody do something like that, like assault your significant other, whether it be man, woman, child, which absolutely disgusting. But if something like that were to happen, how would you react? I think most of you would agree that you probably would become violent immediately just out of the reaction. You would see red and you weren't exactly thinking, and I think that is the situation that played out here. So if that is correct, and let's say security did go back and look at the footage, there is actual literal proof of what took place and the reason that sparked this whole situation to begin with. Now, I'm not going to speak for my health here. I am going to sum all of this up because I know some people out there are probably going to resort to, well, let's put the pieces together. It's a Carnival ship. They have that 15 drink maximum. Maybe they should lower it. I don't think that is that type of situation because realistically, I know some people out there truly believe that Carnival just kind of manifests and really promotes a drinking culture. I've heard that plenty of times. I don't think that's true. I think the cruise ship industry in general, whenever you go on a vacation, in particular, let's say these shorter 3 to 4 day booze cruises, whatever you guys want to call them, it's just kind of like put in there. It's baked in the cake, if you will. If you go on a cruise ship, there's two things that I can almost guarantee you that's going to be happening. Drinking and bed wrestling. People are going to be having a little bit of fun on cruise ships because, well, it's just the environment. You're on vacation, so you're already laxed up. You're there to have fun, shake a tail feather, and maybe make some decisions that aren't exactly favorable, like you having that hangover that next day. It's just cause and effect. It's simple. It's just kind of baked in the cake, like I said, part of the program. But like I said, just the situation in general. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. I just thought it was an interesting topic to bring up. I'm not trying to bash Carnival or anything like that. I didn't say anything against Carnival, just for all you people out there, all right? People be getting angry at me. The carnies are after me, guys. They want me gone. Well, I'm still here. I'm here to stay, I think, as long as I stay healthy. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. Hit that like button on your way out. Know that I love and appreciate every single one of you. Go check out my other channel, Jay the Nomad. Subscribe. Trying to get to 100K on that one, too. Want to get another one of these, hopefully, with the help and support of all you beautiful people out there. I love all of you. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you later. Take it easy.